All right, our slide one. Something quite momentous happened in 2019 as well. And that was the addition of the fourth pillar to our training methods. So we have now learned that this is the right way around to teach this thing. And this is what you find in the Modern Energy Foundation course. We start with EMO, energy in motion. That's the conceptual framework that allows people to do everything else that follows. Now, back in the day, people loved to start with tapping, but tapping makes no sense. Why am I changing my emotions because I'm bashing on my face? That makes no sense. And even if people had a good experience with it, they hated spiders and now they don't, they couldn't explain why. So you got the apex effect, you got people saying, oh, the spider phobia wasn't that bad, even though their handprints are still on the ceiling from when you brought the picture of a spider out. It was just causing confusion. And the reason for that is they didn't have a conceptual framework like a bookshelf to put those experiences into. So when we start with EMO, energy in motion, we start with a modern energy chart, we start with the heart position, we start with noticing how you feel these positive emotions in your body, how you feel better. Now when we go to tapping, perfect sense, easy, logical, yes. And the resistance to tapping just nosedives. Now people are not, oh, this is stupid or ridiculous, or no, they just do it and understand why, and it makes perfect sense to them. So yeah, that's a big yay in teaching this. And then the next one, Project Sanctuary, which I have kept, Supermind, which I've kept in against all the kicking and screaming that people have done all these years. And like, oh, we don't need that. It's just woo-woo. No, not interested. All we need is tapping, da-da-da-da-da. No, you need that. You need a person to be able to understand that they can transfer themselves to the perfect place in time and space at any time they want. This is something of a base skill that really now shows why it is there once we had Star Matrix. Now you can enter into a memory and you know how that works and what that is and how that makes you feel better. Because you've done Project Sanctuary first, you've done Supermind first. Perfect. The 4 pillars. It's like a system that came online and clicked together the minute Star Matrix was added into it. And I am like super excited by this because this makes a perfect, I don't know, a foundation, would you say? How would you call that, Alex and Sandra? Columns, foundations?
Sort of solid foundations, isn't it?
It does feel like that. It does feel like a foundation and solid systems to work with. Yeah.
That's the sense that I got when Star Matrix was added. I'd say that the GoE had a star event and a threshold shift, a miracle expansion. Now things are possible that were never possible before. Yes. So that was good. Yay. So here's the thing. What do all the 4 have in common? They are always and have always been only about the star events, weren't they? Not about feeling a little bit better. No. They were called different things. EMO, energy in motion, has the energized end state, the tapping miracle. In Project Sanctuary, from the get-go, since 1996, we were always playing for the threshold shift. That's what we were playing the game for. That was what it was all about. Not the journey, but the woohoo at the end. And then Star Matrix comes in and says, look, people, those are not different things. They're all the same thing. They're a star event. And all of a sudden it makes sense, but there's one other thing that makes sense in that context, and we'll come to that in a moment. So basically the focus here is and has always been on the star events. Now, the GoE was always organized in the 1, 2, 3 since Emotrans came in, and that's where that came from, is that we have a 1, 2, 3 structure. Number 1 is a GoE member. That's one person doing energy work on themselves. The 1+1 GoE practitioner, and 1 plus many, the GoE trainer. And if you think in terms of an energy body expansion, that's kind of a natural progression as your energy body expands and you have more energy for more people, right? And it's a really nice organization. It's solid. I love it. And while I'm here, let's just give love to all our fabulous members. I don't expect you to become a practitioner or a trainer. I don't. I just want you to live your best life and go and spread a little happiness as you walk by. To your family, to your friends, to your colleagues, to the people you interact with in the fish market. Yes, you are the heart and soul of everything. And if somebody wants to go on and say, yeah, I have so much love to give, I really need some clients now. I'm driving my family wild. I need clients to help them and discharge this enormous amount of energy that I have to give. Activate them, lead them to their star events. Cool. And when you got the trainer who says, I really want to talk to a group now. I want to bring a group together. I'm ready for that. I want to have these experiences because I want my star events as a trainer at that level. Awesome. But there is no hierarchy, and I can't stress that more often enough. A trainer doesn't down snout a practitioner, and a practitioner doesn't down snout a member. This is just not how modern energy works, or how energy works, or how love works. Oh, God, I'm getting quite excited here, aren't I? So this is super, super important. It's not a hierarchy, it's a shared direction. Every one of us is working essentially to have our own star events all the time. And by us becoming, I don't know, more evolved, more energy rich, energy higher, the whole world's a better place. Does that make sense, guys?
Yeah, completely. Isn't it? It's and got to say, your diagrams, Sylvia, on the slideshow and in the manuals are just exemplary.
Oh, thank you.
It makes everything so clear, doesn't it?
Yeah. And so let's have a look here what the next slide might be. Eureka. Now that word, everybody knows what that word means. What's a eureka?
I found it. Enlightenment moment. Got it.
Specifically in which context? Specifically in which context?
It's nice that there's a word for a +10 event, isn't it? For a star event.
Yeah, but at the star event, in which context is that known as a eureka?
Ideas. Having ideas.
Science.
Going from
Science,
ignorance to a spark of inspiration.
Science.
So knowledge.
Science. Science never ever has made any kind of leap forward, ever, without there being a person shouting Eureka. It doesn't matter where you look, which field of science you look, whether it's Einstein riding on a beam of light or the guy dreaming of a spiral staircase which gave us DNA, or some guy who had a dream about a benzene ring and created the entire chart with all the elements on it. An Indian mathematician was told by a goddess in a dream how to solve a puzzle of the ages. Every single time, Darwin on the island, seeing in a flash how evolution actually works. every single time there's been a major breakthrough in science, it's because of a eureka. Of course, we must mention our friend Archimedes in the bath, who was so excited when he realized that, replacement of water can measure how much mass there is in an object, doesn't matter what shape it is, and then ran down the streets of his town naked, shouting, "Eureka, Eureka, I found it, is what that means. So basically, here's the fun part. Paradigm 5 science, the one that we are dealing with at the moment, before the paradigm shift to paradigm 6, which is where we are operating, has never gotten anywhere without the eurekas, but it has excluded them from research, called them anomalies, tried to completely ignore them, pretend they never existed, and tell their students now, shut up and just do the math. Now, isn't that something? And here's our connection with this whole science idea, which I like so very much. First of all, let's just say that, yes, modern energy is a science under paradigm 6. It's the third field in the mind, body, spirit triad. There you go. It's a science. That's what we are. So we have in our science, we have a philosophy, a manifesto, a huge body of knowledge. Everything we've learned about tapping and email and Project Sanctuary and Supermind and Star Matrix, yeah, we've got knowledge. Instruments, we do. We have the modern energy chart and the SU scale, and we will have many more as time goes on. We have education, yes, we do. We have students and we have trainers. And we give out master certificates for people who really learn one of our modalities properly. We certainly have education. We have members. Yes, we do. And there's just one little thing missing at the bottom. What's missing to have our science be complete?
Scientist, Sylvia.
Yes, the slide has given it away, hasn't it? Yes, but it's fairly obvious once you, like so many things. I mean, when I saw that, I had my own little, oh God, yes, of course. Of course, that's the next step. We need scientists. You can't have a science without scientists. And something really entertaining began at that point. Well, it's entertaining in hindsight. So what we're looking at here is a doctoral program for the GoE, which can't be called a doctoral program because only established academia is allowed to use the word doctoral program. Obviously. It would be amazing if we'd been allowed in some shape or form, but of course we're not. So after much, yeah, well, they'll come and join us. It's not going to be the other way around, I'm sorry to say. So after we've heard, we can't have a doctor of modern energy or a doctorate in modern energy, we'd get all sorts of legal problems and all sorts of hassle. So we thought, well, what the hell are we going to call this then, our scientists? What was it? Research fellowship was allowed? You could become a research fellow?
Research fellow, yeah.
That just, God, never mind. It makes me think of a bunch of hobbits or dwarfs going in single line over a mountain or something. But then there was the word. There was the word. What are we missing? To complete our science, we need scientists. So there's our word, the perfect word at this point. What we need is our modern energy scientists, or MESc for short. Somebody holds that title is going to be Jane Doe, MESc, a modern energy scientist. And so here again, we're going back to the roots of what science was really always supposed to be. A modern energy scientist conducts their own research. They bring back stars. and they create their own methods. Any questions on that so far?
I think that's very clear, isn't it? What do you mean by bring back stars? Let's play devil's advocate here.
Bring back stars. Well, when you're conducting your own research, you're supposed to have a eureka along the way. And you take that eureka and you bring it back to the rest of us and tell us about it. So now all of us know about it. Does that make sense?
It makes a lot of sense, doesn't it?
Yes. And, okay. Shall we look at what the next slide is? Because I don't remember what it is, but it could be exciting, right? Right. So here is the big announcement. On April 23rd, we are starting our very first doctoral program, which we can't call a doctoral program, our first program for our first star scientists, for our first modern energy scientists. And I keep like wanting to say star scientists, right? Because we're going to be working with star events. We're going to focus on the eurekas, to learn how to have them, to learn more about them, to extract more information from them, to take what we've learned and shape it into new methods. So I think of star scientists, but I want to say modern energy scientist, because I want our members to understand that if you are fascinated with tapping, right, and that is the love of your life, you can absolutely, under this heading of star events, go forth and investigate tapping. Yes, please do. We don't know anywhere near enough yet how to make these star events in tapping, the tapping miracle, more reliable and easier to achieve and even more fantastic for the clients. So under the heading Modern Energy Scientist, this is using Star Matrix to learn more about what fascinates you, what you are drawn to, what you want to investigate. And that's what makes the scientist. That is what the scientist does. They follow their fascinations, whatever it may be. Perhaps you are fascinated with how inner city children who can't read can learn how to read faster or better, or develop a love of reading. That's perfect. It comes under this modern energy scientist banner. It is completely inclusive of, because nobody has ever done any study of this kind ever. In the history of humanity, for as far as I know, nobody has tried to look at what works with the additional energy perspective. The entire world is our oyster. And I'm a huge believer in letting people follow their own fascinations to their own threshold shifts, their own star events. And they tell us about that because we would never have thought of that, because we're not them. Unique, precious, and beloved. And I love it. Absolutely love it. Alex, would you like to say something about the round table, where that came from?
I love the round. I've always loved round tables, isn't it? It's such a nice.
Oh, yes, you do, don't you?
thing.
Yes.
It's always such a nice thing to. It's the King Arthur myth,
Yes, it is.
King Arthur legend,
It is.
where the classic king would have everyone bow down to them in front of them, or have a slightly larger seat, or everyone else sit on the floor.
Right.
And the legend of King Arthur was that his knights should be on a circular table where everyone is equal.
Yes, exactly right. And I even think more of that. I'm thinking like, okay, so I'm going to be King Arthur. I'll take that responsibility. What did King Arthur do? What did he say to his knights? He said, go out on the quest and find the Holy Grail. That's what the whole thing is. Go on, off you go, find your Holy Grail, come back, bring it back. And so they all did. They went out on their own personal quests, that where they were drawn to go, without telling them where to go. Just follow your fascinations. And in our case, the Holy Grails, our star scientists are bringing back are their star events on their journey. And I love that. 12 candidates, 12 months, 12 star quests. And I'm going to be the so-called supervisor. I'm sorry about that title. That's the only title that academia has to offer. So this is not a training course. I'm going to be there to talk, and we are going to assemble in the round table once a month to stay in touch and learn what the others have learned. But you are working essentially with your own fascinations on your own. And I'm there to answer any questions or provide any kind of encouragement that you might need along the way. Again, does that
It's
make
not a
sense?
training course. It's
No,
not a
it's not.
training course,
No.
but you'll learn so much.
Well, yeah, more than you ever could in a training course, because now you are essentially creating your own curriculum. You are doing your own investigation.
Your own research.
Your own research.
looking-
Yeah, that's what makes a star scientist. You're doing your own research and bringing back your holy grails, your stars.
And at the end, you'll have a printed dissertation.
Whew. Yeah, when I thought about this is, okay, so we are sort of doing an academic thing on some level, but there's many things about Paradigm 5 academia we are not going to be doing. And that is stressing out our research candidates, having them write 100,000 words of bullshit, basically, just to torture them. No, we don't work like that. No. Oh, no. There is a star thesis at the end, right? But that can be whatever the scientist wants to give us. This could be a painting. It could be a kid's book. It could be a dissertation if they feel like writing one. It could be a book of poetry or songs or a personal journal on their journey. We will be finding out and discussing that. And by the time we get to the 12th month where the, so-called star thesis needs to be completed, this will be a delightful thing to do. A wonderful thing to do, an exciting thing to do. Like, I absolutely couldn't wait to write the book on the energy symbols, for example, once I'd discovered them. This is not a chore when you're loving something. And again, the right format for you, it needs to be joyful. It's got to be joyful. It's got to be fun. It's got to be evolutionary. Or else it just doesn't work for me.
I'm excited to see how this directs the GOE in the future. From
Yes,
from Sylvia's trainings to other training courses.
absolutely. I mean, I love
other
the idea.
directions, some specialities, maybe, someone really is passionate about working with children, or maybe somebody really wants to take the GOE into more of a business focused and a corporate direction.
Right. Yes. And this is, of course, right. So essentially, the GOE has been built more or less on my personal star events. And I think this whole love business is too important to let it die with me, because there is literally no one in the world who does what we are doing. To be both loving and logical at the same time. To make it simple so that you can teach it to children and Nigerian refugees, and it really helps them. Not just in the moment, but cumulatively as they go through life. I think that the knowledge base of the GOE deserves to survive me. And our star scientists are my direct replacement to create the new stars, the new insights, and to move the field forward. And I'm really quite happy that I'm in a position to still be around to, pass on the torch, as it were. To pass on the torch. That is the most important part of our star scientists, is that they should go carry the field forward and develop the field forward. We've only just begun. We've only just scratched the surface. As Alex said, the applications are literally infinite. And when they are driven by people who are really engaged with the topic and really excited about it, it's perfect, isn't it?
Mm. Yeah, it's so exciting to think of like how far we've come as an organization in 28 short years.